Today, I'm going to show you how to make a nature journal. A nature journal is a sketchbook or a notebook that you can use to save or record things that you might see outside. And it really can be anything that you want. You can be inspired by your yard or maybe a special trip somewhere. Think about the things that you see around you. I'm going to show you how to make your own nature journal from things you might already have around the house. You could always use an old sketchbook or notebook, but it's kind of fun to make your own. To make a nature journal, you're going to need a piece of paper for the cover. I like this brown paper. You can get this by cutting out a paper bag or finding a roll of craft paper, but really anything would work. You're gonna need some paper for the inside. I like to use white, some string or twine, some colorful paper for the cover, scissors, a marker or something to write with, a hole punch, tape, glue, and if you want, some stickers or other decorations. You're probably going to want something to color with as well. To start things off, we are gonna take our cover paper and we are gonna fold it in half, like a taco fold here. Then I'll take my inside papers and line them up and fold them in half. Give it a good crease. Now this fold will fit right inside of this fold. And I can open it up and make sure it's nicely lined up inside. I find it's better if your cover's a little bigger than the papers inside. With a hole punch, I'm gonna reach in as far as I can and punch right on that fold on both sides. This is how we're going to bind our book. We're going to take some twine and run it from the top to the bottom, bottom to the top. Either way, we want a nice straight line. So when we flip our book over, we can tie it right along the edge here. Don't pull too tight. We don't want to bend the book, but a nice tight knot or bow. Any type of ribbon or twine will work for this. You can leave your string long and add beads or cut it nice and short. It depends on what you want. So now we have our book. Think about what you might want to put on the cover. It's helpful to put a label and maybe your name. I'm going to use this scrapbooking paper to make my cover a little more colorful. You could also add these papers to the inside of your book. It could be a fun way to write or draw and make it pop. Now I'm going to label Nature Journal. If you want to put exactly where you were or the year, you could add that also. Maybe you even want to write your name. If you have stickers or crayons and markers and want to decorate your nature journal, that could be a fun thing to do also. I'm going to add a little bird right here. Another fun thing that we can do is we can add a pocket to our nature journal. To add a pocket, you can trim a Ziploc bag and tape it to the inside cover. I just cut the bottom part of the bag off and sealed it with tape. You might have a small bag that already works, but you can keep different things inside of it that are important or that you might want to draw later. There's lots of different things that you can do in your sketchbook. You can draw a map of what you see around you, things that you see, things that you hear, or sounds that you could make with things that you find. Things that you feel, like pine cones or the grass. Things that you smell, like flowers, pine needles, or maybe there's a skunk hanging out. There's even things that you could taste. Now, you shouldn't be eating anything outside without permission from a grown-up. But think about things that animals might eat. Clover, acorns, maybe they're gonna get some water from a puddle. Another fun activity is to draw without looking at your paper. Just stare really hard at the leaves or the branch, the stick that you see, and just see what comes from your paper. You could also write a poem. I used the word outside and added different sentences of things that I saw. It was a fun way to think about what I could see. I was also able to draw some things that I saw around me. It's a really good practice to be able to sit outside and take a look at what's around you. You can add color however you want, markers, crayons, colored pencils, even paint. It's completely up to you. I hope you have fun making your nature journal.